Welcome back to the Outer Worlds. We've met with Mr. Thompson here, and now Parvati has joined us, which is fantastic. He's asked us to basically go and reroute power away from this other group, a group that has, I guess, I don't know if defected is the right word, but basically Adelaide, this woman, and her deserters, so people that were working here and have now left, he wants us to take their power and route it to him. But I feel like based on this, we're going to have to make a decision and route power away from one of the locations. We need to, we're going to upset somebody, but most importantly, we need the power. So, I mean, one of them has to suffer, not us, obviously. And then we have these gravesite fees as well. And if we take a look, we actually have some nearby. So we'll try and tackle these in a way that somewhat makes sense. Hello, jeez. Sneaky.
We better clear out of Mr. Thompson's office before we talk.
I agree with you. Phyllis Granger. Well.
Hey, mister, can we talk?
Yeah.
Can we talk?
Sure, yeah.
Sorry. You just want to get out of here. And you likely don't want to tag along like me. It's just, Mr. Thompson has his own view on matters, on account of it's his job and what all, but that's not the only side of the tale.
Well, yeah, okay, so what exactly is going on?
To Mr. Thompson, a person's a gear. It does its job quiet-like. If it squeaks or stutters, it gets replaced. The deserters are decent folk. I knew some of them before they left.
I mean, I get that. Like, the town's clearly got some issues. Were you friends with these guys? Just coworkers or what?
I don't know anybody well. I mostly listen to them talk, kept my head down. There was a boy named Thomas who used to follow me around, asking questions about the stuff I fixed. He was real sweet to me. Not any sort of dissident.
We can keep an eye out for Thomas.
Life's hard here, especially for them that don't fit in so well. We're one big Spacer's Choice family, but every family's got the one the rest whisper about. Mr. Thompson's aiming to take away their power. They'll have no lights to see, nor heat to cook. They'll be at the mercy of marauders, or worse. I think you should talk to the town's vicar about it. Max.
Yes, I like this plan. We can do that. We'll definitely stop by.
Thanks, mister. I just think when you gotta make a decision that'll hurt somebody, it's best to think on the right and wrong of it. That's what my dad used to say anyways.
So, yeah, I mean, if I have the option right at this exact minute, I'd be saying, well, let's not divert power away from these guys. I don't trust this guy, and, well, I don't trust anybody, okay? I'm getting by on my good looks alone at this point.
You the new worker? Whatever. Make it quick, Tenderfoot. I'm busy.
Tenderfoot? Listen. Gravesite fees. I'm here to collect.
Shit. Silas still on about that. Here, take the fees. I'd appreciate it if you didn't tell Reed I was late on my payment.
Well, why aren't these papers signed in your name?
Because they're not my fees and not my gravesite. Guy I worked with shot himself. I paid the bill.
Oh. That's kind of you, I guess.
I could do without the sarcasm. Wasn't acting out of the goodness of my heart. Law requires delinquent gravesite fees to be paid by the deceased party's closest living relative.
Oh, really?
Which meant me. Shame, though. Eugene was a good worker.
You said this guy shot himself?
Woke up one morning and put a round through his upper story. Can't imagine why. The kid was doing all right at his desk. We all thought he was an upstanding receptionist. Just between the two of us, I'm pretty shocked his weapon didn't misfire. Spacer's Choice handguns aren't the most reliable.
I've heard, actually. I've heard. Must be tough losing family.
Eugene wasn't family.
Also, I thought you said it was the closest living relative.
Yeah, I was the closest living person relative to his body at time of death. I'm the one who found him, you see. So I pay the fines. Suicide's a crime.
Oh.
The legal term is irreparable damage to company property. What Eugene did to himself was vandalism.
What? You can't be serious.
I'm plenty serious. In fact, I'm a little upset Eugene didn't think things through. In other words, Edgewater would have been penalized pretty hard. Whatever Eugene was worth as an asset, we would have had to pay out of pocket to Spacer's Choice.
Wow. So everyone's just treated like an asset. What does this mean? I guess this means we can, like, not say anything, maybe? We would have had to pay out of pocket to Spacer's Choice.
Well, excuse you. I'll have you know, Eugene was an asset to us all. May his atoms be commended to the law. All I know is Silas asked me for Eugene's gravesite fees, which means he was approved for burial, which means his papers went through, which means the town's in the clear. I'm just glad to put this whole ugly affair behind me. Eugene can rest his bones in peace, and the rest of us can get on with our own lives.
The closest living person relative to their body. Like, okay. This is... Jeez. Not what I was expecting. Okay. What is this? Sprats? Oh, I need sprat hides. I don't want to know. We heard about what they were trying to pack into those cans, and, well, I think we have our answer.
Don't make me report you to Mr. Thompson.
Vending machine discovered? Vending machines offer a variety of items to purchase, mostly from one company. A hack skill of 20 or higher allows you to sell items to the vending machine. Restricted items on a vendor can only be purchased when you have high enough reputation with the associated faction or a hack skill of 40 or higher. Oh, wow. Bunch of nanners, Adreno for healing. I'm not going to be buying anything right now. There are some mods in here. Tool used to pick locks. That's just regular mag picks. Exactosite weapon mod. Tool used to hack computers. Oh, that's what the bypass shunt is. I think we picked one of those up. 2x scope that extends maximum range. There's gear in here. Okay, okay. This is cool. All right, we need to find the vicar. Parvati wants us to visit the town's vicar. She's a little uncertain about the task Rita set before you. I would agree with that. Could be here or here. I don't know what that little marker is. Maybe that's Parvati. Yeah, vicar, nice. Man, this is so cool.
I've always felt weird in here. It's too clean.
Churches usually are.
Yes, what is it? You're an outsider. Fantastic. Vicar Maximilian de Soto at your service. Or Vicar Max, if you're the sort who prefers brevity.
I do.
And Ms. Holcomb as well. How rare to see you out. And with a complete stranger. Curious.
Just tagging along, Vicar DeSoto. Don't mind me.
I so rarely get new people to talk to. Name your poison, anything at all. Spiritual counseling, this season's tossball predictions, the quickest way out of town.
None of those really. Parvati actually wanted to talk to you about what Reed asked us to do.
What? I thought you would talk to him.
You wanted to speak to me, Ms. Holcomb? Every time I've tried to engage you in conversation, you look at the floor, answer in single words, and slink away. I can't imagine what would be so grave as to drive her to my mission. What has Mr. Thompson asked you to do?
Okay, fine, I'll take over. Basically, he wants us to cut power to the Adelaide's deserters. He doesn't want us to fix the plant. He wants us to cut this power.
depriving them of safety from the marauders and wildlife.
Exactly.
I can see why that troubles you. Miss Holcomb has a soft heart. Always has, if you believe the talk.
Can Parvati get that treated by a Sawbones? Soft heart.
I see today we'll be conversing without metaphors.
That would be great, thanks.
I'd guess her condition is incurable. It's unlikely to be fatal, but she may feel more heartache than most.
Could you maybe stop talking about me like I'm some kind of weird bug?
Sorry. Okay, so what do you think of Adelaide's group, Vicar?
They rejected the order of society and live beyond the walls so thoughtfully provided by our Spacer's Choice patrons.
Oh boy.
Does that strike you as a responsible life choice?
I mean... Okay, so we know his position, so what do you advise?
Assuming your goal is to save as many as possible, then you should bring everyone together. Send the power to Edgewater and convince the deserters to return to the fold.
He's not wrong, I don't think. You think that's even possible?
Not if things are left to stand as they are. If you don't mind a bit of unsolicited advice, be cautious on your way to the geothermal plant.
Okay.
It is not as safe as you might assume.
So...
One of the reasons I transferred here was to fulfill my duty in hunting down banned heretical texts. I happen to know such a book is, as we speak, tainting a collector's library in Emerald Vale.
Oh.
However, the collector's residence lies outside the town's walls. My retrieval efforts have been thwarted by marauders who have overrun the property. Should you fare better than me, I'd pay a handsome sum for the book.
Interesting. What do you mean handsome sum? What kind of weirdness are y'all into around here?
What? You seem the perfect type to go blindly into the wild on a suicidal quest.
Thanks.
I'm looking for a journal, a handwritten book, with the name M. Bokonu on the cover. I'll pay you to find it.
Now we're talking. Why would you be looking for a banned heretical book?
I just want to keep the writing out of layman's hands. It wouldn't do for such information to fall into public consumption.
Right. Right, yeah, I get that. Oh, look at this. I'll need to know a little bit more about this book before I can agree. This sounds maybe dangerous.
It is not only a beautiful relic of a bygone time, it's also the thoughts of an early thinker on the nature of man's place in the cosmos. Not many in this colony could understand its true value, should they ever read it.
Look, I'll find the book, but if we can read it, we'll make a decision.
Thank you. If you retrieve it, you can always find me here.
All right. So it sounds like, and I tend to agree with him here, that we can hopefully get everyone to agree that coming back here is a good idea. I don't know that it is, but I need that power for myself. So that means that we're going to do it. Okay, so this is a companion quest for the illustrated manual. It says the journal was last possessed by a book collector whose residence was a small community directly north of Edgewater. He's marked the location on our map. Okay, we can do that. How close are we to any of these other... Here. Let's try to be efficient. Spacer's Choice Cantina discovered. Lovely.
Yes, Mr. Thompson. I'm fine, Mr. Thompson. Never been healthier.
What the?
Whoa, did Mr. Thompson send you?
Maybe he did, Abernathy.
You tell Mr. Thompson I'll be right at my post. Tomorrow. Bright and early tomorrow. Because I'm definitely not plagued. As spry as a spring chicken. That's old Abernathy.
Right. Okay, to be fair, No, Thompson didn't send me, but you want to tell me what's got you so nervous?
You some sort of wandering alienist? Walking into a man's own domicile, pestering him about his mental state?
Listen, I'm here to collect your gravesite fees, to be honest with you.
Silas knows, doesn't he? That's why he sent you. That's why he wants me to pay up. He knows.
Knows what? Oh, he told me everything. How long do you think you could keep a secret like that?
Sounds like he's already told you. You may as well hear it from me. I'm dying. I'm not long for this world. The date of my expiration is fast approaching. And soon I shall be ushered through the great cannery in the skies.
Don't say that, Mr. Abernathy. You still got a couple decades in you.
I'd steer clear, Ms. Holcomb. My affliction's bound to be contagious. It's plague. Has to be. Silas knows. He knows I got one foot in my grave, and now he wants to charge me for the other one.
It's plague, it has to be. Are you sure you're not being a little paranoid?
I am? Law, help me. Paranoia is one of the plague's known symptoms.
Of course it is.
I'll pay your fees. I don't want any trouble from Silas. But if you could see a way to freelancing for me, I could really use the help.
What is it that you need exactly? Depends on what you need.
Couple hours out of your day and some light second story work. That's all. There's a cache of anthracillin tucked away in the old community center. Powerful stuff. Stronger than what we got, anyway. I need you to break in, nab that medicine, and bring it back to me.
Is that right? I got some questions about it, if you don't mind.
Do what I can.
So, I assume that there's going to be guards here.
You will not find any guards within sight of that old place. Marauders, on the other hand.
I mean, okay. What can you tell me about the marauders?
I have it on good authority. There's a gang of them squatting there. I advise stepping softly.
Right. You can't just buy this medicine?
I tried medicating myself with adrenatime. Didn't do much for me, as far as I can tell. Anyway, I can't just buy medicine. Distribution of medicine is strictly prohibited to any workers beneath the acceptable margin of health. Company policy.
Right, right. Cool. So, they're not going to help you because you're already sick, is what you're saying.
More like the company won't treat me because I'm not healthy enough.
Right, okay. I get it.
You'll do it then?
Yeah, I'll do it.
You oblige me with your haste. I think I feel the plague spreading. Oh, law, it's in my spleen now. I can feel it.
Right. You think there's anything I should know about this community center?
Just keep your head down when you're in there. Marauders have taken over. Probably tracking mud all over the archives.
Dirty marauders.
I know that, but I got nobody else to turn to. Reed would have wrote me up. Constable would have locked me up and wrote me up. Could have gone to see the good vicar, but I never did find my courage.
Yeah, vicar's a bit weird anyways. Alright, so thanks for paying. Companion skills add to your skill checks. Increasing your leadership skills increase the bonuses they give. Alright.
You're making a mistake working for Abernathy.
Which one of you just said that? Why?
Excuse me. I'm Esther Blaine, Spacer's Choice Actuary. I overheard your talk with Abernathy. I hope you're not thinking about getting him that medicine.
What? First of all...
Abernathy is a well-known hypochondriac. Anthracillin is wasted on him. You're better off selling it to me instead.
Oh, is that right? What do you need it for?
I probably shouldn't tell you. Don't want you implicated for what I'm trying to do.
It's probably true, but why don't you just let me worry about that?
All right. Here's a summary. A lot of sick people in this town, and we don't have the medicine to treat them all.
Fair.
Can't reach out to corporate without crossing a river of red tape, so I'm reaching out to you.
So you want somebody to smuggle medicine under the table, is what you're telling me.
Something like that. Look, I'm not in the habit of law breaking, but sometimes you've got to do the wrong thing for the right reasons.
I'll think about it.
That's all I can ask of you.
Yeah, literally. Okay, so now we have a decision when we do get this stuff. What we want to do. Conrad and Ludwig. Conrad's one of the 4. Ludwig is one of the 4. Okay. So it looks like Ludwig is going to be outside on the way to the other places we need to go.
Friend of mine died a couple weeks back. Still ain't past it.
Nothing I can do about that.
Friend of mine died. Nothing I can do about that. What a good friend.
I've never actually been in here. Seemed scary from the outside.
Well, I guess we're just able to come in here and check out whatever we want, but this is not where I want to be. Believe it or not.
Sometimes I wonder what I'm doing.
Okay, so there's another entrance over here.
Know how you feel.
It'll be cool once we really start to get to know... Oh, here's the barbershop. The lay of the land.
Oh, I cut my own hair. But Conrad sells real good disinfectant.
Oh, thank you, Parvati. Thanks. Small wooden music box. Plays the happy cyst big? Consider yourself earwormed. Oh. Okay. Listen.
Please don't touch anything. Your hands are probably crawling with germs.
Simmer down, Conrad. Simmer
Physical
down.
hygiene recapitulates moral hygiene. Cleanliness is next to lawfulness.
I don't like him. Listen to you makes my head hurt. Yeah, we could intimidate, but I think we have to go like full committal. When we see a dumb option, I think we just gotta take it.
This is what happens when you eat with your fingers. I'm Conrad. You will report to me if your hair fails to meet Spacer's Choice aesthetic standards. You will also
This
report
meets
to me
aesthetic
in
standards?
the event of your death, whereupon I will clean and prepare your remains for interment.
Oh. Silas sent me here to collect your dues.
Ah, gravesite fees. Silas and I had talked about this at length. I thought I'd made it clear my pecuniary situation precludes the necessary restitutions.
Pecuniary? Yeah, exactly. I don't understand a word you just said.
I mean that I can't possibly pay my gravesite fees.
Come on,
I
Conrad.
simply cannot afford it. I am a blemish on the prosperity of our fair settlement. When I expire, I expect Silas to toss my body into a ditch.
Not cool. Not cool. It's pretty quality drama, Conrad. You should audition.
Thank you, no. I despise the serials. Tell Silas I can't afford to pay. And that I fully expect to have my medical rights revoked for this dereliction. With my apologies.
What do you mean? What do you mean medical rights?
Some time ago, I fell ill with the plague. By the grace of the law, and through my own hard work, I'd proven worthy of treatment. Frankly, I don't imagine I'll earn that right a second time. The barber work hasn't been profitable, you see. I've had to keep this old place running with my own savings.
Can you give Silas an IOU at least?
Not a bad idea. But I'd need some kind of collateral. My pair of lucky clippers.
No.
That won't do. Your idea intrigues me, but I'm afraid I don't have anything to give Silas. I'm open to suggestions.
Saw that music box in your drawer over there. I'll let you know if I think of anything.
Much obliged.
Okay, so we... Oh. I'll just be in here. Doing my own thing. Totally nothing sketch. Letter from Phyllis. Conrad. Receptionist shot himself. This is bad. Company's gonna have to call it for what it is. Destruction of Spacer's Choice property. As we've learned. Oh, Eugene. Eugene again. Was an asset and somebody has to pay his body price. This is gonna ruin us. So I was thinking that we'd pawn off his teeth. Eugene had a full set of gold teeth. Heirlooms passed down his family or something. You're processing his body, right? Just dig around and pry them out. We sell the teeth somewhere nice and quiet, use the bits to pay his body price, and nobody's the wiser. What do you think? Don't write back. In fact, don't talk to me at all. Just give me a special signal next time you see me. Waggle your eyebrows. Phyllis. God damn it. Phyllis. Conrad. Parvati. Come on. Close the... Oh, you and I are gonna have trouble. Here's an energy cell. Alright, so what's going on now? So Conrad's one of the 4 people. He runs a barbershop. Can't afford to pay his fees. Might be worth mentioning this to Silas. You found a note from Phyllis to Conrad. Perhaps you could use the information to convince Conrad to pay his gravesite fees. Exactly. What about the gold teeth, Conrad? Listen.
What can I do for you?
I know about Eugene. Why not use his teeth as collateral for your gravesite fees? Oh, look at... That's kind of cool. We do not have this. Now, there is a menu option that I've chosen where it'll only display like skill check based responses if we're close to it. If it's way off, it doesn't even show, which I think is kind of cool, actually.
You know about Eugene? How?
I don't know.
Were you snooping around in my things? Or was it just dumb luck?
Both.
Eugene's golden teeth were a family heirloom, representing 3 generations of poor dental hygiene. He took them to his grave.
Yeah, and they were probably worth a few bits.
More than a few. Those teeth were his personal savings. I can't ask Silas to dig up a man's body and pry a few teeth loose from his jaw just to pay my bills. Can I?
Yes, you can, Conrad.
Are you asking rhetorically? Because if you're being serious... Ugh, gross.
Gross,
Desperate measures, Miss Holcomb. Desperate measures. I'm going to have to ask Silas to dig up those teeth. It's the only way I'm paying my gravesite fees.
So, you sure about this?
I'm sure that I have no other choice.
Looks that way.
Here you are. Gravesite papers affixed with my signature and an IOU.
Okay, well that is absolutely beautiful. Why did this guy kill himself?
Eugene was not a suicide. He put a bullet in his brain, yes, but that's largely a technicality.
Malfunction?
I was the one who prepared Eugene's body for interment. I discovered symptoms of the plague on his corpse, and I discovered medicine in his pocket. Lots of medicine. Eugene overdosed on adrenatime, which is known to cause psychosis and paranoia as possible side effects. The paranoia drove him to take his own life.
Yikes. So the town never had to pay a penalty.
We can all thank our lucky stars that young Eugene was hopped up on medication and suffered its predictable side effect.
Questionable.
I included it all in my official report. I'd like to think I saved Edgewater a great deal of money. We never could have paid the fines associated with a suicide.
Right. Okay. Oh, it shows the history. It's not like a weight thing. Oh, that's really cool. Okay. Okay. So be it. So we need to collect from one more person, but I think we're going to do this as we go. Founding the Emerald Vale Community Center. Let's take a look. So this is heading out here. These are heading out here. This is out there. And so is this. Perfect. The only source of protein a busy worker needs. Yeah, yum. Very yum. Well, now... looks like we got a lot of walking to do. 529 meters? Oh boy. If we see this... okay, so I'm wondering... there's fast travel sites. Old wreckage. So some of these things are marked, but... it'd be cool if the side missions were also marked. That one's up there. This one's in behind. Okay, so I think before we leave, we should at least go and talk to Ludwig. It's on that landing pad. We had seen this area before we entered this little settlement. Jeez, that scared me. Edgewater landing pad discovered. All right. Hey,
Thank the law. I've been requisitioning backup for months. Guess the boss finally came to his senses. You ever swung a truncheon? Let me see your rifling stance. I want to make
simmer
sure
down.
you're up to snuff.
I'm the one here to ask questions. Silas sent me.
I told Cyrus I'd pay my dues if he agreed to join the resistance. Guess this means he's finally heard the calling.
Maybe, but I didn't say that. You seem a little confused.
I'm talking about mechanical soldier. Cold, heartless automatons made of iron and lies.
Iron and lies. Cool. Yeah, well, fuck me.
Oh, they mean to. Just you wait.
Cool.
Auto-mechanicals. Creatures forged in the fires of malevolence. I seen them over by the old power plant. Clattering about, firing at the birds, orchestrating their uprising. When the swarms of mechanicals come clanging on over that hill, where will you be? Cowering beneath your cot? Or standing, shoulder to shoulder with the resistance?
I mean, what do you think I can do to stop the coming apocalypse? Me.
You can gird yourself in the armor of righteousness.
Oh yeah,
soldier.
righteousness armor. Cool.
From this moment on, you are a proud member of the resistance.
Yes, very proud.
They have sent a scout, prowling around the junkyard just behind our beloved town. The scout must not be permitted to return to its base of operations. Cross it off, then report back.
I'm too dumb to say no. I could use a couple pointers about how to deal with this thing.
Mechanicals got a weak spot in their midsections. I think the technical term is, the blue glowy square thing.
Thank you. At least he knows who he's talking to. Got a question for you, though.
Go on.
What exactly do you do here?
I'm Ludwig Miller, Associate Security Officer for Transportation. Officially?
Right.
Unofficially? Strictly between you and me. I am the only thing standing between Edgewater and total annihilation.
Sure you are. Look, it's been a pleasure, but
Go on.
I want to know about the mechanicals. What do you have against
You ever
them?
seen the way a mechanical just stands there? Just looking at you. Scanning you with its murderous oculars.
Oh. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's what they're programmed to do, but I could be wrong.
Mechanicals have been programmed to eliminate the human race. They've been programmed to replace us. First, they will rob us of our jobs. And once they have taken away our livelihoods, they will take away our very lives.
You might be right, actually, but okay. It's enough crazy for one day. Okay, so we do have a skill. We have a bunch of skills available, actually. We're going to go into tech, so we get to the 20 for science now. I'm going to go a couple points here, so we get the time, the TTD slowdown thing for long guns. And I'm tempted to actually go into some of the medical stuff. You increase the healing amounts, and once we get to this, we unlock a second drug mixing slot for the inhaler, which would be kind of cool. However, we also have some other things that are getting pretty close to leveling up. Is there anything that we're within 6 of? Like of a threshold? It would be kind of cool. Not really. Inspiration, companions gain plus 20% armor rating. It's kind of nice. Determination increases their health. Critical damage plus 50%, which would be good because we lowered our intelligence, so we don't do... Let's apply these. See, our intelligence here, we lose 20% crit damage, so we could try to kind of offset that a little bit. I think we're going to go into some of these. I have one left. Let's put it in here. Hacking's up at 30. We really want to stay mostly in these two areas with dabbling in ranged and then some science because we love it. You've unlocked a dialogue combat skill. When attacking the correct type of target, they are automatically debilitated. Dialogue combat skill. So, humans have a 20% chance to cower in fear for 3 seconds the first time you hit them. Scramble, 15% chance auto mechanicals will slowly attack other enemies instead of you for 10 seconds. And terrify, 20% chance creatures will become terrified and flee for 10 seconds after you kill one. I like this. I like this very much. Thank you. Okay, we're going to take a break here. When we come back, we have a lot of work to do for a lot of people. We're just, you know, I get it. I get it. There's finally somebody new here, and they're like, oh, cool, somebody's new. That's great. We'll try to help everybody. This is pretty close. We'll go and deal with this, and then likely turn our stuff into Silas. Oh, he's over on this side. All right, so we'll go there, return back to him, go to Silas, and then go out. Anyways, thank you guys so much. We'll see you soon. Bye.